All right.
Yep, sweet. Okay. Hey, so Nick, 4 days into the practice, how would you say the defense is looking at this point?
We're working towards those goals of being who we say we're going to be. We're running the ball pretty good. Our effort is, I think you see it out there today. We're running the ball pretty good. We're being real physical. The thing I like right now is that we're being smart without full pads on. So our guys are doing a pretty good job, or a better job, of finishing plays than being smart and not going to the ground a whole lot. So, being fast and being physical, I like that. We're further ahead with install than we've been. So you're seeing some blitz stuff in already right now that is new. I'm excited about the scheme stuff that we're ahead of schedule there. I think we still got a ways to go to a couple positions. We're still in a couple position battles that aren't near settled yet.
Yeah.
And that's not because guys aren't playing well. It's just because we haven't got enough reps. We got a lot of guys competing. So we got to get the depth chart where we want it still. We're trying to figure out who a couple of starters are and then where our depth is. So that's the questions right now that we got.
And then you go into tomorrow with full pads and stuff. How does that change, or the practice from here out?
Well, you'll find out for sure, who's going to strike you the right way and who we need to work on teaching how to strike better. We're going to do that a bunch tomorrow. There's going to be some contact tomorrow. We'll put those questions that we still have about some of those personnel things we're working on.
Yeah.
If one of those questions is about, hey, I don't know how this guy's going to finish or strike, we're going to answer that question for the first time tomorrow, which is huge. The other thing we'll do is our run fits will get a lot more clean. It's hard to fit the run 100% right. The poor offense is in a bind, right? Because they can't block the way they want without full pads on sometimes. We look better than maybe we should, right? So tomorrow we get banged a little bit harder on defense because they can do it a little differently. So that'll be good. We'll find out. We think our run fits are decent. You always find out on the first day of pads you got to work better on your run technique.
But even though you guys are suiting up in full pads, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to see some high collisions in practice.
We better not. I think we're doing a really good job of protecting each other and not having those. There was a situation that Donnell Vercher came down on a flat route there towards the end of practice, and in real life, it would have been a highly violent collision. Probably not even helmet to helmet, right? Probably just a regular, normal, high-speed collision, and he did a really smart thing. He went off the butt and touched off, and when pads go on, we expect that to be no different.
Okay.
As long as coach doesn't say live, we're going to practice the same way we do all the time. We're going to thud up and let the guy go and play. So,
Gotcha.
trying to make sure we're coaching the heck out of that rule too. That new rule that they're making. We're throwing guys out of the game, all the helmet to helmet and targeting, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We're stressing the heck out of that stuff right now.
It's got to be a challenge, huh? Because it kind of seems natural to lead with your head.
I feel bad for everybody because number one, it's going to be really, really hard for those refs to call and get right consistently.
Yeah.
I feel bad for us because they're going to miss the call sometime. We're going to have to live with it. So.
Yeah. Gotcha. One position in particular is not so much a position change, but using Tyler at defensive end. Tell me about the thought process and inserting him there. And he hasn't been practicing.
We haven't done it yet. We did it a lot in the spring. The last 6 or 7 practices he played end.
Okay.
I have no doubt we can do that again. Ioannis Agapulu is a really, really good football player. I have no problem putting him in at nose guard right now.
Okay.
I have no problem putting Andy Jennings in at nose guard. Maurice Poyadu is probably the surprise right now at camp on defense.
Okay.
So I feel like we're really deep at nose, which just made our end position deeper. We're going to do it. The number one thing to do is we want to get Tyler matched up on some bad football players. So, it might be a tackle. It might be a guard when we slide down, so we might be able to play him at end and play him in a couple spots. It might be the center. So we're going to do that. Tyler's going to play in.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Is that a difficult transition going from tackle to DN?
In base stuff, it's not. It's pretty simple. Those guys, the front's kind of interchangeable for the way we coach it. It's not until you get into some of our pressure stuff, some of the more dynamic stuff we're doing. At the second level, if there's 3 levels of defense, you go from the first level to the first level, you're fine. You go from the first level to the second level and ask a guy to change positions, there's going to be some hiccups there.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. And there's some fundamentals that are different playing a defensive end than a nose guard. So, yeah, when we do it, it might take Tyler to look like he should look for a couple of days. So, we haven't scheduled when we're doing it yet, so we feel like we got some time. We feel like we've banked some reps in the spring. So we're just kind of waiting to let him get comfortable inside and then slide him out here in a week or 2.
Great.